You living it up? Not impressed.
Welcome to another episode of Toby's Stupid Vlog.
It is a beautiful morning in Richmond. Today was supposed to be rubbish weather, but it just isn't. We've come out, as you might have just seen Amelia eating. We come out to the Ivy to have breakfast because it's the 5th of December, which is a 5th anniversary of our engagement, and tomorrow therefore is St Nicholas Day, so we figured it was a good opportunity to go out. Yes, I'm walking into a car park, and no, I don't know how I'm going to get out of this car park, but I've only just come to get the buggy for the time being. But yes, 5th of December 2015 is when we got engaged. We were in Berlin at the time, and we thought we'd come out and celebrate it. Amelia just doesn't care as long as she gets food, so she was quite happy eating pastries and whatnot. And as I mentioned, tomorrow is St Nicholas Day, so that means if you've been good, you get some chocolate in your shoe. You get chocolate Santa placed in your shoe. And if you've not been good, you get coal. I'm hoping they replace it with something more energy efficient, but we'll have to wait and see. Now let's see what happens when this guy tries to leave. You're quite small, and that's quite a big jacket. I like her Adidas. I mean, I wouldn't wear pink stripes, but you know, it's personal preference. She is growing out of them though, quite quickly. She's only had them a couple of months, 3 months. She's off. This is the other problem. She looks around now and again just to make sure that I'm still there, but she's not really bothered about just legging it. Bubba, pull your hat up. Richmond Green is so nice. On a crisp day like today, it's just as good as on a summer's eve. There's quite a few people out and about. Here we are on a rule of 6 walk. Family meet up with small animals and small people. Today is St Nicholas Day, and it is also the day that Amelia has discovered you can jump up and down in muddy puddles. I blame Peppa Pig. That puddle's a bit big, Bubs. Let's not go in the massive puddle. Let's not go in the massive puddle. It's quite deep. Thank you. Can we come back this way? That's great. Here's a puddle. This is an Amelia-sized puddle. No, let's do this one here. There we go. Great. Good work. You pleased with that? Hello, happy Monday. Having already gone for a walk today, we decided to come out to look at some Christmas lights because I started putting mine up. Some of them are really good. There, I don't think I'd shown you the office since it's had several upgrades. So this is Crystal's workstation with a nice big Apple screen and her computer, and good old friend G to the Oogle over there. And then mine, I've got similar setup. So I've got a light, a big Apple screen. My computer is actually in a dock, and little iPad holdery thing, mic, etc., and volumes and whatnot for conferencing. I'm going to have to move these lights slightly because it's blocking the webcam, which is really a first world problem to have. So never mind. Yeah, anyway, so I've done a bit of Christmas decorating. This was the musical wall. So got Amy Winehouse over there. We got good old gold disc I got that the CD falls off there like periodically, and I put it back. A nice vinyl from Dell's wedding, and then we got the Beatles, and Elvis was there, but he's been replaced by Amelia, and she's quite noisy, Frank Sinatra and us. So yeah, the office is kind of, it's small and you know, but it's kind of works. So and oh yeah, I meant to show you this. I bought this a while ago. So I've got a lot of discs plugged into this computer. If you buy these are silicone racks for using in the kitchen for putting hot plates on, but they're really good for stacking discs horizontally, as you can see, which is, when they're in use, much better than vertically because there's a bit of airflow between them. And you can buy these on eBay for like $2.99. Really useful if you've got a load of discs. So there we go. Good afternoon. It's about 3 o'clock, and Crystal has been out most of the day at the hairdressers, and I've been at home working. It feels a bit like the olden days, back when Crystal used to go to work, there was no small person, and I would be at home on my own all day. I've got quite a lot done though, so that's good. It's kind of a new experience, so it feels like a new old experience. I've been mainly reading board papers today. I've done obviously a little bit of Christmas shopping and a bit of work catch up and invoicing and that kind of stuff. Kind of the boring admin things, but they're actually quite therapeutic when you're the only one in the flat. But yes, board meeting is tomorrow. Quite a hefty selection of papers to read this time round. This will be our fourth board meeting at home, or from home I should say, via Zoom. I think so. But yes, I'm not sure when we'll actually get to see each other again. It's weird working for an organisation which doesn't meet much anyway, because board meetings are quarterly historically. But the last in-person meeting I had for RHP was a Co-op Homes meeting in February, and then the board meeting was via Zoom for the group. So I don't really know what we're going to do next year, actually. We haven't quite decided. I think most likely the first quarter's meetings next year will be on Zoom, and then the second quarter we might start letting people come back and sit around a table, I suppose, depending on vaccination status at that point. It's really curious it's probably stranger still for people who work day to day but haven't seen each other in 9 months. That's probably very odd indeed. I don't really have that experience, so I work with different people on different projects. But from a board perspective, it's a different kind of work, and it's in some ways doing it on Zoom is not a big leap, because it's a formal meeting in that sense, and the only thing that you miss really is the non-execs having a bit of social time to understand where each other is in the world, what they're up to and the experiences that they've had and how that might be useful, but also allows you to read one another a bit and understand people's motivations outside of board. And secondly, the thing that you also miss is visual cues from people in meetings to indicate how they're feeling, because you only see their face, and sometimes not even that. It's sometimes quite hard to read people. I struggled with this a lot at the start of lockdown. I've got better at it, but boy oh boy, I'm still so much better at it when it's happening in person. So I do look forward to the time where I can sit in a room with people and have a meeting, even though I'm not a big fan of meetings. just some human interaction on a more sort of personal level would be very pleasant. And it's been, you know, people have been making more difficult decisions this year and maybe making them in slightly more constrained ways, and it'd be nice to have a bit of the sort of free-flowing conversation that you can't so easily have on a Zoom call. So what I thought I'd show you, just out of curiosity, and also because you haven't seen my face much whilst I've been rambling on about Zoom meetings, and who cares, frankly, is my Kickers puffer jacket. Now, I've had this jacket for a very long time. In fact, I think I got it when I was 17, which those who are good at maths will work out is more than a couple of decades ago. And I wore this a lot at school, not in the summer obviously, but puffer jackets were a big thing at that point, and it was, you know, it's really cosy, it's nice to wear. And I had it at university, definitely, and then once I left uni, I don't think I took it with me when I moved back to Bristol. It stayed with my parents and they got it dry cleaned years ago, and it has been in the dry cleaning wrapper with a hanger on ever since. And I put it on the other day for the first time in, you know, nearly 20 years, and I thought, oh, this is a nice jacket. And it is. It's incredibly warm. It's obviously slightly shorter than like modern jackets, so your bum does get a bit cold, but you know, what can you do? Is it still in good nick? And I still wear the same colours, let's be honest. I just wear a lot of navy and black, so it works very well. It does make it difficult. You can't put a seatbelt on easily in a car, and if you've got to get through a narrow doorway, you're a bit wide because you're like a marshmallow man. But puffer jackets had a resurgence in the last few years, and I'm very happy I've still got my original one. Richmond Hill. Thought I'd come up here, although I don't really have the time to be up here, but I just wanted to see the view. I've now got to scurry on back down the hill and pick up some Argos deliveries and then Amelia. It's just such a nice view in any weather, and I needed to see it. Hello there, good morning. It's Tuesday and I'm on my way to Boot because I'm going to get my flu jab, which I can get through Crystal's work, which is good, because vaccinations are important. And speaking of which, today was the first COVID vaccine administered in the United Kingdom, starting with the most vulnerable and care workers and what have you, and then moving into more healthcare professionals, then the over 80s, and then in 5-year age groups down from there till they get to the under 50s where they haven't got a plan yet, but I'm sure we'll get there eventually. This series of vlogs obviously I've called The End of the World. Well, we might be getting back to a place where the new world might commence, which is very promising. It won't help people learn how to park properly, but it might stop people dying unnecessarily from a respiratory disease. So things are looking up. Good evening. So it's a beautiful evening. It's getting cold fast though. Like, it's not been warm today. Like, I think it was 1 degree maybe this morning when Amelia went off to nursery, and it didn't get much above that later on. I've had a reasonably productive day in some sense, in so much as I've had a flu jab, which is good. I've been to Kingston and bought a load of Scotch bonnets, which is excellent. I picked up my laptop, which has been repaired for the 4th time in 4 years. Thanks, Apple. You've now spent more on it than I have. And I went and bought loads of cool cakes from the Swiss bakery. And I've set up a new iPhone for my mum that she doesn't know about yet. That's a birthday present. And yeah, it's been good. I've got to finish mastering a podcast episode, and that's about it. Oh, I've got to pick up a baby from the nursery who's having a Christmas party. But other than that, it's good. Life is back somewhat under control after the last couple of weeks. The only bit that's not in control is Christmas present buying, which I'm way behind on and need to do something about. So I've got some things, but I need some more things. That's a very short summary. Reached a point where buying for adults is near on impossible, and in some cases we're just not doing it. But it's actually just difficult for everyone this year because, like, people haven't been doing a lot, so you know, hobbies have waned. And when you say to people, "Oh, what would you like this year?" "Oh, I don't really want anything." It's like, brilliant. So there we go. Good evening. It's Friday night. I realise my end of the weeks have been sort of unannounced. Vlogs have just ended recently. It's because I got behind again. I need to do something about it. It's in hand, but there's been a lot of work. So my quandary this year is that the reason the vlogs have been so sporadic is because, perversely, the amount of work I've had has been absolutely constant. So finding a gap to do some vlogging has been quite tricky. It's kind of a first world problem, to be honest. But you know, we'll get there. Plus, you know, a small person requires a certain amount of attention as well, which is what we're doing at the moment. We've actually come out on a Friday night to just look at some Christmas lights, which she seems to quite enjoy, seeing as we've now finished most of our decorations. I say most, I keep buying more lights, different types of lights, and attaching them to things. I've still got a whole pack of lights I don't think I've used at all. I have a lot, but we've just come to have a look at them, which means we probably need to do a word of the week. So let's do Advent. Advent in the Christmas sense of the word, rather than just literally meaning the beginning of something. So Advent, first of all, in German, is Advent. Yay, another easy one. So an Adventkalender, der Adventskalender. Anyway, that Advent is Advent. And in Italian, it's not much more complicated. It's Avvento. Avvento. So there we go. That is Advent, brackets, Christmas, close brackets, in German and Italian, and that was this week's word of the week. We're going to continue our Christmas light search, and I'll see you next week.